Have you ever wondered why some people manifest their SB almost effortlessly, while others spend years chasing signs, overthinking every text, and still feeling stuck? What if I told you the reason has nothing to do with luck, timing, astrology, or whether your SB is hard to manifest? What if the only thing standing between you and the relationship you desire is the state you keep returning to every single day? Because the truth is this: the moment you stop waiting for love and start embodying the version of yourself that is already loved, everything begins to shift. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. Not with complicated techniques, not with obsession, not with manipulation, but through one simple principle that changes absolutely everything. So stay until the end, because one realization in this video could completely transform the way you manifest your SB forever. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You're sitting with your SB. There's a familiar tension in the air. You can feel it. Deep down, you already know what's coming, but instead of reacting emotionally, you remain calm, radiant, and completely secure within yourself. Then they look at you. Their voice shakes slightly. And finally, they say the words you've been wanting to hear. I can't hide it anymore. I love you. I've always loved you. Now here's the important part. Don't experience that scene as something far away in the future. Feel it as if it's happening right now. That is the secret. Most people manifest from wanting. Very few manifest from having. And that difference changes everything. The subconscious mind does not respond to what you wish for occasionally. It responds to what feels real to you consistently. The moment your inner world accepts something as true, reality begins reorganizing itself around that assumption. That's why imagination is so powerful. Imagination is not just fantasy or meaningless daydreaming. It is the womb of reality. Every physical experience first existed internally before it appeared externally. The people who successfully manifest their SB are not special. They simply learn how to emotionally live in the end before the physical evidence arrives. And when you fully enter that state, time itself begins to bend around your assumption. That's why Neville Goddard always emphasized living from the end. Not hopping, not wishing, not begging, being. Because being is creation. Think about it. If you are constantly waiting for your SB, you continue creating more waiting. If you are constantly wanting them, you continue creating more wanting. But the moment you shift into having, into being, into knowing, reality starts reflecting that new identity back to you. And this is where most people struggle. They say they're manifesting love, but internally, they're operating from fear. They keep checking the 3D, looking for signs, testing reality, wondering if it's working, watching every movement their SB makes. But that urge to constantly test the manifestation usually reveals one thing: doubt. Because if you truly believed it was already yours, would you panic every 5 minutes searching for proof? No. You would relax into the certainty of it. And this detachment people talk about, it doesn't mean you stop caring about your SB. It means your entire emotional world no longer revolves around them. Your happiness does not depend on whether they text today. Your worth does not depend on whether they validate you. Your identity does not depend on whether they choose you. You choose yourself first. And ironically, that is when everything changes. Because desperation repels. Neediness delays. Obsession keeps you stuck in the state of not having. The universe responds to faith, to certainty, to embodiment, not force. Now let's go even deeper. A lot of people believe consciousness is limited by physical distance. But consciousness does not operate the way the physical world does. When you consistently dwell in the feeling of being loved, you begin transmitting that assumption energetically. It doesn't matter if your SB is across the room or across the world. Consciousness is not limited by geography. The same intelligence that moves planets, controls tides, and orchestrates synchronicities also responds to the dominant emotional state you occupy every day. If you persist in the inner knowing that your SB adores you, they may begin feeling emotions they cannot logically explain. At first, there may be resistance. That's normal, because people often reflect the old assumptions you previously held about yourself and relationships. But sustained assumptions create sustained outcomes. Eventually, your inner conviction begins dissolving resistance. Love becomes stronger than logic, and what once felt impossible starts unfolding naturally. There is only one consciousness expressing itself through infinite forms, which means your SB is not separate from the state you continuously embody. The stronger your internal certainty, the clearer your reality reflects it. But listen carefully. This does not mean you should abandon yourself trying to control another person. That is not manifestation. That is attachment. True manifestation places you at the center of your world again. Your SB becomes an extension of the love you already feel within yourself, not the source of it. And the moment you truly understand this, you stop chasing. You stop forcing. You stop living in emotional survival mode. You begin walking through life with quiet certainty. And that quiet certainty is magnetic. Because when you genuinely accept internally, I am loved, reality begins arranging itself to mirror that belief back to you. Your SB's confession, their attention, their affection, their pursuit, becomes nothing more than the outer reflection of the inner story you accepted as true first. That is why people who live from the end seem to manifest so effortlessly. They are no longer emotionally waiting. They are already there internally. And when the inner world changes, the outer world has no choice but to follow. So if you take anything from this video, let it be this. Stop asking, when will it happen? And start asking, who am I being right now? Because your dominant state is always creating. Not someday. Not later. Now. The version of you who is already loved, already chosen, already prioritized, exists right now. And the more you embody that identity, the faster reality reflects it back to you. Trust your imagination. Trust your inner world. Trust the feeling of already having it. Because imagination is not escaping reality. It is creating it. And remember, you are not manifesting from lack anymore. You are manifesting from being. If this video resonated with you, comment below. I already am. And if you're ready to fully transform your self-concept and manifestation journey, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because this channel is here to remind you who you truly are. Your reality changes the moment you do.